A Direction Forward, Episode 5. Ronnie Ann Ryan is an intuitive coach and past life reader who has something to help every single woman who is ready for love. She's a dating coach for women. I'm not sure a woman's method of hitting her man over the head with his relationship blender is wise, but berating men is never a good thing. You wouldn't want to be berated, would you? And how can she rebuild a loving relationship, the woman, if she is constantly stomping on her man's ego? If you are considering taking your ex back after a big blunder, there are some important questions to think through before opening your heart to him again. Number 1, can you forgive him for what he did that caused your breakup? If you are still angry and feel you cannot trust your ex, even if you still love him, your anger is not going to provide the best foundation for future love. You've got to find a way to forgive him if you want things to work out. Talk about what happened calmly. See if he has grown or learned anything since the breakup. Does he express regret for what happened, and has he apologized? If you can answer yes to these questions, then you have a shot at creating a new future together. As Alexander Pope once said, to err is human, to forgive divine. 2, how much repair work do you think is required? Sometimes when a man wants you back, you start wishing you could fix more than what caused the breakup. If a big list of things comes to mind about your ex you want to improve, that's not a good sign. Only so much repair work can be done. Be realistic about what you want and need from him or you, and might be getting back into a no-win situation. 3, can you let go and not bring up his mistake all the time? After you make up and decide to go for round 2, you need to find a way to face the future together. Taking your ex back means you are willing to start fresh with a clean slate. You need to let go of whatever happened and be done with it. However, if you plan to use his error against him every time you have a fight, you'll wear him down and cause a new rift to grow between the two of you. Number 4, can you respect him again? In order to have a loving, lasting relationship, respect for each other is essential. If your ex made a mistake that underestimated or undermined your respect for him, rekindling the flame might be very difficult. It could take time, so taking things slow with your ex is a smart strategy. Don't just jump in feet first. Take your time to see if he has changed and show signs for real commitment to your future together. You can tell after one hot date and a great makeup after the breakup session. Let things unfold naturally before you merge your life and his and end up brokenhearted again. 5, is there anything you might have done to contribute to the breakup? Often breakups are not one-sided. It's worth taking a look at what you might have done to contribute to the split, because it often takes two to tango and fight. This is not always true, of course, but a willingness to look at your own stuff shows your desire to improve and learn how to compromise when appreciated. Complementary issues cannot always be resolved. Compatibility issues cannot always be resolved. Many times a breakup was for a good reason. The two of you had compatibility issues. You can't change everything about a man. Even a couple of things might be impossible. Patching up a relationship in which you got along well is a lot easier and more advisable than a match filled with arguments and problems. These are really good questions, and I'm sure there's a lot more questions that you can ask before you think about getting back together with someone. I think the main thing is that what caused the breakup? Was he cheating on you? Was he, was he narcissistic and had absolutely no empathy for you? Was there an ex involved that he just couldn't seem to let go of? These are all things that, you need to look at. You need to realize that round 2 might be a repeat of round one. So, if somebody says they're going to change, it takes an awful lot for someone to change, especially when you're an adult. I've rarely came across a man that says he's going to change that it lasts more from 3 to 6 months, 6 months at the most. So then he goes back to everything. Usually it's a 3 month time frame, and then he just goes back to whatever he was doing before. So taking someone back, based on my own on my own, I would say no. It's never worked out. I'll put it that way. It's never, no matter how sorry or what you say or what you do, at some point, it just circles back to what happened before. But again, that's just me, and what's happened to me. I'm sure you might have a different take on it, and I'm sure there's a lot of stories where you got back together and it was better, and he realized it. And there is that 1 in a million person that that will happen to. I will say, I'm not going to say that everybody's going to go back into what they were doing, but it's very rare. I'm going to tell you, it's very rare. So if anyone has any questions, if you'd like to tell me your story, I'd be more than happy to hear it. If you'd like to come on to A Direction Forward, contact me at adirectionforward@yahoo.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.